I learned about this guy here, Dan Wootton from following Depp and Heard. You might know Dan wrote not such nice things about Johnny Depp in The Sun, false allegations as a matter of fact, but now Dan's got allegations out against him. And that's the thing I want to talk about. When these allegations started, I think sometime in July, articles came out by the Byline Times and The Guardian, I might add, and The Independent quite often. But as time went on, they started to slow down. We got one not too long ago, maybe a week ago now, saying the Byline Times was not going to stop, which is nice, and they probably won't. But the more time in between articles, the more momentum the whole thing loses. I wanted to try to take a look at Dan, what he was doing on social media, and as far as Twitter, he's posting stuff from GB News as if nothing's happening. In the very beginning, he defended himself, put up a video, made some statements, things like that, but it seems like now he's playing the ignore tactic. I've never seen his Instagram until about a day or so ago when I thought to check it. He doesn't have that many followers, not for someone on his level, about 150,000, and it seems now Dan is taking a trip to France. I mean, he posts this: when one of your nearest dearest friends on earth is staying in an actual French castle for the weekend, and it says Loire Valley, France, if I'm saying that right. I could possibly be misreading this because I don't fancy Instagram so much, but what I think is when you take a picture and upload it, it's got the location with it, and this seems to be France to me. As you could tell, Dan's got some fans here, and honestly, it could be that they're Amber fans. I see some consistencies with a bunch of hearts without anything meaningful to say. Not that every single Amber fan in the world doesn't try to think it out, but for the most part, you see a lot of "you go queen," bunch of hearts and things like that, and that's what I see here. The longest sentence is about 2 lines. I figured I'd check the rest of his account, and I don't see anything about Johnny or Amber, which I guess is fine. He doesn't want to get his social media stuff involved in it, or he didn't at the time, because obviously a lot of these posts are old. Just a bunch of him doing whatever. Alright, pretty normal actually. So the thing is, it seems like Dan's playing this make-believe it never happened tactic. Just move on, go to France, do whatever, talk about the Queen and Meghan Markle and all this kind of stuff on Twitter, now called X, by the way, gotta keep saying that for a little while, as if nothing's going on. It seems like he's probably going to underestimate the Byline Times here. They've got a lot of details. He probably should be trying to debunk things. I mean, what was his answer for their password evidence? Going to France? Hanging out with friends? Talking about Meghan Markle? He denied so heavily these allegations. Well, let's see your passwords. Put them out there. Or, I mean, edited versions or something where he's not showing the full password, obviously. Or at least enough of them where we could see what they showed isn't correct. Or say something like, well, of course, I can't share my passwords, but these companies can confirm, like the Byline Times confirmed, that it's not true. Obviously, he would be saying on his side, they didn't match up, it wasn't true. But nothing. And if you notice, you probably can't look closely because you might be on your iPhone or something like that with a small screen, but we've got a consistency here with Dan, Eve Barlow, how Amber was, and some other connected people. So if your name's really cleared, and you're scared of these troll comments bringing their facts and evidence, why not put out your evidence, debunk it, and your fans can just spread the good word. But if you've got something to hide, you might want to say something like, well, I don't want to get the troll false information comments. I'll shut them off. It just feels to me the genuine article would let the conversation roll. At least be in the spirit of free speech. Now, if we take a look at Johnny's newest post, kind of a cool picture by the way, add a comment. Nothing limited. Doesn't seem like Johnny ever had anything to hide. Taking Johnny as a good example. Johnny's not scared of Amber fans having misinformation comments fill his thread? No, because he knows the right evidence is out there, the right facts are out there, and there's enough people out there to debunk them, like the real Laura B say, like some other creators, like some other great fans. So he lets it roll. So how come Danny Boy shuts off the comments like Eve and Amber? That's the question. Also, Dan's having fun in France, ignoring allegations. Let me know what you think in the comments. Doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be real sad about it, but I'll get over it. See you next time.